All right, person bigger day 191. Accessory day, or well, traps, neck, calves, and abs. So accessories. So right now I'm doing. What am I doing? I'm doing chest, triceps, back, biceps, legs, and accessories. Not necessarily in that order, but I'm not taking any days off either. I'm just kind of training every single day, which is blasphemy, especially among the high intensity crowd. But I don't know, just that's just how I like to do it. If I'm missing out on some potential gains because I don't rest, then so be it. There's something about not training. I just can't do it. I have to train every day, or at least most days. Take a few days off here and there if I'm really busy or whatever. But when I absolutely can train, I absolutely do train, because I'm obsessed with, you know, training. Because I just have to train every day. It's that simple. All right, shrugs. Oh God. Okay, that'll be a warm up. Still too light. I need to go heavier on those shrugs. I really need to grow my traps. It's just the traps and chest massively fuck up my physique. I mean, there's a lot of things that fuck up my physique in many ways, but I like, at least I have some arms, at least I have some shoulders, at least I have a good back. Granted, those things, like, I'm a bit of a sleeper build. Like, from one angle they look like shit, and from another angle they look really good. But the thing about my traps is they don't look good from any angle because they're just not there. They just literally do not grow. Or if they do, it's really shit because of the insertions. So I've just got to figure out a way to get my traps bigger. They've grown since switching to high intensity, obviously, because that's everything grows when you switch to high intensity, but not as much as I'd have liked, which might just be the reality of it. But I don't accept that. I don't accept just that's the reality. That's how I felt with shoulders for a long time. And then one day I switched to high intensity training and my shoulders got really big. So you just got to unlock that key, I think. I don't take the excuse of, oh, it's just not genetically there. It doesn't look like I put any weight on there, but I just put an extra 20 on the other side, so it's now 100 kilos. Hopefully that's a bit more of an oomph from the traps. This exercise, isn't ideal, but it's still all I've got. So, at the very least, this is maintaining my traps as of right now, which isn't to say much, but I have decent lower and mid traps. It's just the neck insertion of the traps, they just ain't there. But yeah, like, even if maybe, let's say the science guys are right and there are certain muscles where you just genetically can't fix them, which anecdotally a lot of people have been in the position where they think it's genetics and then it's actually something that they unlock, like my shoulder experience. But let's just say they're right. What's the point, like, buying that when there's small chance, or maybe decent chance, that you could potentially actually get big traps or big shoulders or whatever? It's just a fact. It's just a matter of not being able to develop them yet because you haven't found the correct key for it, versus it actually just being a genetic thing. I mean, obviously it's partially genetics. If you have really good genetics, like, anything will work for a said body part. If you have great trap genetics, you wouldn't have to unlock anything because it'll just be there for you. Anything will make them grow, but maybe in this case it's a matter of that because the genetics suck, I have to then find a key, if that makes sense. And in this case, I'm thinking I'm just going to start training traps more frequently with more volume. So more sets of failure more frequently, because they're very weight-bearing muscles, much like the calves. That might not work at all. And also I was doing the nucleus overload every single day. But then I got the bicep tear, and I'm probably going to wait a few months before I start training traps every day again. that's painful. I think that's too heavy. Yeah, the reason I'm pulling the faces isn't because the exercise is like painful. It's because the pressure on my sternum, not my sternum, my clavicles, like it just, oh man, it's just very painful. Shit. Shit. Fuck, it's starting to rain. I've got to cover my phone up. Got my phone covered up. Not raining too heavy, but I just don't want any water to get in my phone after the last phone broke. Dude, that's so painful. Oh. Dude. Oh. Gee whiz. I'll do one more set. It's hard to get into this exercise mentally just because it's so mid. Ah, God, dog. Ugh. Fuck. Alright, that's enough of the clavicle raises, the clavicle destroying exercise. Yeah, my arms feel a bit more free today. So after I do these calf raises, I'm gonna do that exercise I tried last week but just couldn't because I was in a brace, or a sling rather. Now I'm just in the brace. I should be able to give it a go. And if I can, it's much better than the exercise I'm doing because I literally just can't really feel my traps right now. I can feel like an ounce of fatigue, but mostly just bone, which might be beneficial if I can get some osteoblast development into my clavicles, make them wider or some shit. But this exercise is excellent at calf raises. It seems safe enough. Fuck. Interesting to see where my calves go now that I've got this machine, because the way I was doing calves earlier or before was good, but not as good as this. And now I'm also doing numerous sets of failure on calves rather than being dogmatic and only doing one or one per exercise. So for all intents and purposes, before I was doing two, which isn't that much less than the three or maybe sometimes four I'm doing now. But now I'm really pushing it hard with this machine, doing drop sets, and yeah, just training a bit more frequently too with the high intensity. So now my calves are actually growing from just that little bit more stimulus from that extra set, that extra amount of drop set, and then also this better machine. Be cool to see where they go. I don't have highest hopes for the calves because I am realistic. I'm not saying that if you don't have genetic weaknesses that you can then make them exceptional, but I'm curious to see where they'll go. I have faith that they'll be decently big one day. Right now, they're really small. They're the same size as my forearms. They're 14 inches. Oh, actually, no, that's not true. They're bigger now. They were that size for like 10 years. They just got more mature through training, but they never got sizably bigger. And then, yeah, in the last month or two, since I started doing numerous sets, unlocked something, they've started growing. So who knows, maybe they'll get to 16 or something, which will be the size of my upper arm, which would be pretty cool. Well, my upper arm being 17 now. This arm being 17, that arm being like 12. But anyway, yeah, we'll see where the calves go. Who knows? Maybe I just keep unlocking things. Hello. Hey, mate. You need some calf raises? Come on, off you go, off you go. Oh, for fuck. It's funny, I look back on how I trained when I first started training, because I had 2 years of training from 14 to 16, maybe 16 and a half. And then something happened in my life where I couldn't train for about 4 years and started again when I was 20, which is about 6.5, 7 years ago now. But the first 2 years of my training as a teenager, I just instinctively trained. Well, granted, I knew a little bit about exercise science. I was, watching and reading about stuff that was available for the times, which back then was less prevalent than now. But anyway, the way I intrinsically trained back then was to failure. I would just do numerous sets to failure and numerous drop sets to failure. Like that's just how I trained. I think a lot of people train like that, and I got great results. For a 14 to 16-year-old, when I was 16, at the best I was benching 100 kilos or 225 for like 5 reps, which is not bad for a 16-year-old. I was squatting 100 kilos. I was cable rowing, plenty of weight. I can't remember exactly how much, but I was pretty strong. I had like 16-inch arms or maybe 15. I don't know. I was not that much smaller than I am nowadays as a full-grown man. Obviously, I'm a lot more matured muscularity-wise, but size-wise, I was just a little bit chubbier, but I was generally pretty big. And I got great results, and I was very strong. And that was just from intrinsically training to failure with progressive overload in mind. Nothing else, nothing too simple, nothing too advanced, just basic progressive overload and training to failure. And with a lot of frequency, mind you, too. I was training like, shit, I don't know, I probably would have been training every muscle group like twice a week, and I was always taking it to failure. And then I don't know, it's just how I trained. So I got great results. I wasn't overtrained. Granted, I was 16, so my testosterone would have been through the roof. But yeah, I think, I don't know why I bring this up, but it just goes to show that training to failure is the way to go. Oh, because I'm doing numerous sets to failure now with a lot of exercises, I'm kind of going back to my roots, I suppose. Calves and traps and arms, I've been training numerous sets to failure. All right, last set. Fuck. Whoa! That was not good. Oh, that was a bit rough on the knees. Luckily I didn't fucking pop a tendon or a ligament just then. Jesus Christ. Gotta be really careful about that one. The last thing you want to do is, with a bunch of weight, randomly go down without any tension in the legs, and then last second, contract your knees. It's fucking really bad time. Fuck. That's the last thing I needed is a fucking ACL tear or something. Fucking. Okay. It's always so fucking difficult getting this on my forehead. John, fuck. Alright, let's just do a rest pause. I'd much rather hold on this. I'd rather hold this on my chest, but I don't really have that option. Oh shit. Fuck. Ah, shit. Dropper. Not a drop set. Back off set. Let's go a bit lighter. Oh, fuck. My absolute least favorite fucking exercise as ever. I hate this fucking exercise so much. It literally makes me not want to do accessory days. Or not want to do it, but it gives me resistance against doing accessory days. Like most of my training days now, I enjoy all the exercises, like back day especially. I really like back and biceps. Yeah, I just like training. I love my leg day, especially since I got the hack squat. But fucking accessory day, dude. These side neck, I just do not like them. And I do not like training abs, but this I don't like even more. Boo-hoo. Poor me. At least I can train my side of my neck. Some people don't have a fucking neck. Like that dude from that, what was that guy? You guys ever seen that show? Well, I can't remember his name. His name was Big Ed. And he's like, he puts mayonnaise in his hair. And he's like a fucking sex pest, sex tourist or whatever. He goes to the Philippines because he's 5'11". No, sorry, not 5'11", 4'11", and he's just like the ugliest looking freak dude imaginable. And he goes to the Philippines and gets this like 25-year-old girlfriend. Just what a piece of shit that guy is. And then when he's there, he's asking her all these like demands, like to get like a STI test and all this shit. It's like, bro, you're a 55-year-old man that looks as bad as a man can physically look, and you're asking this 25-year-old Filipino girl who's taller than you if she can get, like, if she could shave her legs. And I don't know if you guys ever seen that show, but that guy's fucking cooked, and he doesn't have a neck to train, poor guy. Oh. Ah, fuck. Fuck this fucking exercise. Whoa. Okay. Ah. Fuck. I've talked at length about this exercise, or the back of the neck being very important. I mean, the neck in general, obviously, for being concussion resistant. Someone punches you in the head, you get in a car crash, less likely to go unconscious if your head can't rattle around because your neck's super strong and thick. But another big benefit in combat perspective is in the clinch. If someone has the back of your neck or the back of your head and they're trying to pull you down, or they're trying to knee you in the head. I found at MMA, when I was sparring in MMA, people couldn't really hold my neck down because I've been training the back of my neck for quite some time, and it's quite strong. It's, you know, you got to have some decent amount of grip and lats really to really pull my neck down. So my ability to yank out of the clinch was pretty beneficial before, you know, when I was doing MMA. So yeah, food for thought. Train the back of your neck. Do neck extensions if you want to be clinch resistant. All right, that's it for today. I'm gonna start doing abs on leg day, I think, because my leg day it just works out that way. I do my hamstring curls on the same leg machine I do my abs on, so I'm gonna continue doing abs tomorrow when I do leg day. That way I can really focus and hone in on my neck, traps, and calves more than if I then have to also do abs, which is mentally taxing for me. I really just don't like training abs. So when I have to do 2 exercises in one day that I really don't like doing, the 2 only exercises I don't like doing, which is the side neck curls and the abs, it just makes the workout that much harder to get into mentally. So I'm just gonna put it at the end of leg day from now on.